Today I'm very excited because I have one of the biggest French rugby legends on Rugby Daily, Sébastien Chabal. Sebastien, bonjour, and thanks for having you.
Bonjour. Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, the reason why I have you on interview here is that you are staying in Hamburg because you started a burger company and you brought those burgers to Hamburg, to Germany. Just tell me about this whole thing. How did you got the idea to do a burger company?
It's not my idea at the beginning because I'm here. He's not with me right now, but I'm here with Johannes Richard, who is the first non-American world burger champion. And because the burger started in Hamburg a few years ago, it would be cool to open our first shop in Hamburg to restart the story when it starts at the first beginning.
Yeah.
So we are here with some French guys, with Marc, with Benjamin. They welcome us and they give us around the town just to see and try to find the best spot to open our first restaurant.
So tell me, how do you like Hamburg? How do you like Germany?
So far, I just arrived. It's my first time in Germany, to be fair. I just arrived yesterday. Sorry, at lunchtime. I didn't visit much yesterday, but today, since early morning, we just go around the town, and it's quiet, it's calm, and the atmosphere is really good. I like it. And
Well,
the weather remind me when I was playing in Zeit in the north of England, so that's okay.
yeah, that's a good experience that you've been to the United Kingdom, to England. So tell me about burgers. Are you a big burger fan, or which foods do you enjoy most?
Well, I'm a food lover, you know, because I'm French. We have a lot of speciality. We are French people. We are known because we love food, and we have some really good cookers all around the place. And I met Johannes a few years ago, and because he's doing some crazy burgers, you know, some American style. It's not something like stupid, but it's fucking the balance. It's fantastic. And we decided last year to build our business. It's a bit it's a different concept. We are opening some flagship in big town. It's why we are in Hamburg, and then we gonna give the opportunity to existing restaurants to propose to their customer the Johannes burgers. So well, it can be a good adventure altogether. So if we can open our first shop in Hamburg, it would be crazy, really.
Yeah. So you're talking also to a food lover and to a wine lover. And what about you as a Frenchman? Are you a wine lover as well?
Yeah. To be fair, I love my wine. I think when you get older, when you are young, you are drinking some stupid alcohol like vodka, gin, and all this shit. And now, because we love to spend time with our friends around a good dinner, we love to have some really good wine. And I'm living in Lyon, so you have some crazy Côte du Rhône, you know, some Côte Rôtie. It's not far from Bourgogne as well. So that's but it's the same than for food around France. There is some really good wine.
Yeah, I will be in Lyon in 2 years because the Challenge and Champions Cup final will be there. I just stayed in Cardiff last weekend to see the games. I'm going there with my old rugby mates every year.
Okay.
That's going to be great. So let's come back to rugby and Germany. You told me you're in Germany for the first time. Do you know anything about German rugby?
To be honest, not much. Because yesterday we have a party with some French and German people. I met a few guys who are playing, few players who are playing in clubs around Hamburg, but no, I don't know much about how it's organized, which level they are playing. I know they nearly get qualified for the last World Cup in France because of Spain and all the stuff happened. But they get smashed by Portugal, I think, no?
Yeah, we got smashed by a lot of countries in the past couple of years.
That's crazy because when I'm working around in town, I'm looking to German guys. They are fucking strong. They are huge and strong. You could be good in these sports.
Yeah, and you know that there have been a lot of good German players because two of them were your teammates, Robert Mohr
Yeah.
and Sascha Fischer. I think you played together with Sascha Fischer for 5 years. He was one of the tallest rugby guys ever. He was 2 meters and 8. Just tell me about the time with him.
Oh, it was when I first arrived in Bourgoin, he was already there. It was in 98, 98, yeah. It was a long time ago. And when I first arrived to training, I said, "What is this fucking tall guy?" He was huge, and he was a really good bloke. He was playing quite well, and he was our Tour Eiffel in line out. You know, we are a Tour Eiffel. He was fucking catching all the ball. It was easy for him. Don't have to lift him. Yeah, it was. And then as you said, when I think the last year I played in Bourgoin-Jallieu, Robert Mohr just arrived in France, and I played with him. He was a really good bloke, more quiet, you know, like he was doing the tough job on the pitch. We never hear about him, but we knew he was doing the job.
Yeah, great. So, do you have still contact to Robert Mohr?
Yeah, because he's still involved in La Rochelle club. I think he's a general manager of all the rugby in La Rochelle. So sometimes once or two every season we meet on a pitch and we talk, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So as you said, German rugby could be better when you just look at the Germans. Yeah. Rugby is huge in France. France has one of the best teams in the world. The club rugby is huge. Why do you think, what is the reason for that? Why is rugby so huge, so popular in France?
Okay, it's difficult to say, but I think we are playing rugby since fucking 200 years in France, you know. Of course, it's the English people bring it to France, to Brittany first, and then it goes really strong in the southwest of France, like Toulouse, Bordeaux, all around this place, Perpignan. To be fair, I don't know why it's so popular and why. It may be because people can identify themselves, peuvent s'identifier.
Identify themselves.
So, yes, can identify themselves to the guys who are on a pitch, because when we finish a game, we are going with all the crowd, all the supporters. You know, it's really close. You know the spirit of rugby. After the game, players go with the supporters and have drinks together, have a beers, and share some good times. So that's why it's an important sport in France.
Yeah, and you have one of the best, maybe the best rugby player in the world at the moment, with Antoine Dupont. How much do you enjoy watching him play?
Fuck, Antoine is crazy. What he's doing on the pitch is fucking unbelievable, because he's not so tall, he's not so strong, he's not so big, but his vision, his speed, he got everything. I think he's the best player in the world. Shame we lost it for a few months because he broke his knee a few weeks ago. But around him, we have something like 40, 50 guys, some young players. We are just fucking crazy. You have Biel Barré, who is playing in Bordeaux, which is fucking crazy. You have Ramos, who is crazy. You have Marchand. You have Pack. You have something like. I think it's because when I was playing, it was a lot of foreigner. So foreigner is good because I can't say something else, because I went to play in England for 5 years. But you know, in the beginning of 2000, clubs sign a lot of really good player, but foreigner, and it didn't give the young player opportunity to play and to show what they can do on the pitch. And because the rule changed, something like 10 or 15 years ago, now clubs involve some young talents really early. And where do you learn your job? On a pitch. It's not on training. So because they are playing games really early, they get really good really early.
Yeah, and as you said, we have Louis Biarré, Damien Penaud, Mathieu Jalibert, Maxim Lu, who just won the Champions Cup on the weekend with Bordeaux for the very first time.
Because you speak about Antoine Dupont, but what about Lucu? Fucking the game he had on the weekend and week in, week out, it's crazy. It's crazy. We are really lucky.
Yes, you are indeed. and Bordeaux, what a season they're having, right? They were so strong on the weekend, and this team is also amazing and unbelievably strong.
Yeah, and if you remember what they have done to win the European Championship, it's a great achievement. But you have to remember what happened end of last year. They get smashed in the final of our championship in top 14 by Toulouse, 60 points. And after this game, everybody in France say, fucking hell, how they gonna come back strong? Because, 60 points in final, it's crazy. And they are back really stronger, I think. And they won they won the European last weekend, and they can win the championship because they are still here.
Yeah, they won against Toulouse in the semifinals. Bordeaux won, but Lyon, the city where you're living, they lost their final, their Challenge Cup final against Bath on Friday. Are you kind of involved with the Lyon rugby team as well, or are you going there as a fan?
No, but when I finished, because I finished in Lyon, I finished playing in Lyon in 2014. I was still involved. Just I wanted to know if I wanted to stay in rugby or not. And to be fair, now I'm just running my business. I'm an entrepreneur, and my life is fucking unbelievable and crazy. I love it, and I'm still involved in rugby because I'm doing a show on Sunday. We are on Canal Plus. After we are commented just around the game, of the Sunday night, and that's it for me. That's enough.
Yeah. So you say your life is crazy and exciting. What makes your life so crazy and exciting?
Project. When you are an entrepreneur, you have some project. I have my own business of clothing, Rockfield. So that's me. So I have 50 employees. So that's quite good. I own a business about buildings. I own a business about now burgers. And a few others. I'm involved in a few startups, some technology startup. So that's great. So I meet plenty different people. So it's a bit like in rugby. In rugby, we are all different. You have some tall guys, some small guys, some big guys. And in business, it's the same. You meet some big companies, some small companies, some entrepreneurs, some guys who are shy, some guys who take crazy risks. And that's life. That's make me really happy.
Yeah, and you're doing a lot of different things, because I can remember once the World 7 Series in Hong Kong, you were singing there. I would walk 500 miles.
I am a singer as well, yeah.
Yeah, will we see more of that in the future?
But I'm involved every year. I don't know if you know, but in France there is a charity was called Les Enfoirés. So it's a huge charity where there is all the French artists and sports players doing some show. For 1 week, we are doing show in front of 10,000 people, and I'm involved for the last 15 years because it's really important in France to help people who need to eat, and there is some concerts. So every year I'm singing for 1 week, But to be fair, no, the singers are singing much better than me.
But that's very
so you won't see more about my talent of singer.
Okay, that's a pity. So let's talk
just let me know because you just asked me if I know about German rugby. Just let me know what's about the rugby in Germany.
So rugby in Germany is like our sevens team is really doing great. Like for many years, we had so many final games to make it up to
Yeah.
the World Seven Series, but we always lost those finals. This year, just a couple of weeks ago, we had the biggest success ever in German sevens rugby because we made it to the second division of the World Series. There's this new mode for the next years, and we had a really tough weekend, starting with a 15-0 win against Ireland, then losing badly against Chile and against Canada. But then in the final game, just to get up to the second division, we won 31-0 against Samoa. It was one of the best games ever. And those guys are really, really great. They're putting in so much effort. They're really talented. And I expect them maybe to go up to the first division in the next couple of years.
Yeah, so they can start building from this victory.
Yeah. When
game.
It comes to 15s rugby, we're really struggling since many years. I know we had the chance to qualify for the 2019 World Cup.
How's the domestic championship is organized? What is, if you can compare to French level, which level they're playing?
It would be below, like it would be maybe the 5th or 6th division in France, or maybe even lower. Like there will be many. It's not professional. Like many years ago, we like Mr. Wild, who now runs Stade Français. He's the owner of Stade Français. He put in a lot of money in Heidelberger RK, which is one club, and tried to make it professional. But then there were some things, and he left Germany and now is doing his rugby thing in France. So we don't really have a professional rugby team. There are changing a lot of things now.
I think maybe he can come back in Germany because he's not so successful in France. Huh?
Yeah,
what the fuck
would be great.
France, it's a shame. Huh?
Would be great. And
great for you. Yeah, for German rugby.
You should talk to him. Just tell him to come back to Germany. Maybe he listens to you.
Okay, Dr. Wild, okay, you have to come back to your country.
And so we're struggling really in 15s rugby. We lost all our games. Like we're playing the division underneath the Six Nations, the Rugby Europe Championship with Georgia and all them. So we even lost to Switzerland this year, which is really bad. But hopefully things.
But Switzerland, they improved their rugby with the Servette of Genève. They are building a great club, and I know the club because one of I think the president was my teammate in Bourgoin with Sacha Fischer. Is Alain Studer is running the Servette of Genève, and they are doing some great job.
Yeah, they do. So you can see a development there, and here it's hopefully we're gonna see a development here in Germany as well. Just one more question: French rugby. 2 years ago, World Cup in France, and the French team lost to the Springboks by one single point. How much did that hurt for the French rugby fans?
We were all devastated, really, because I think it was we nearly always perform well in the World Cup, the French team, but everybody knew on this World Cup in our country, in France, we had the quality and the team to win it. I won't say easily because it's really tight with New Zealand, South Africa, and after it's a competition, you never know. It's sport, you never know what's going to happen. But we have some great chance to win it, and unfortunately, South Africa, they beat us, and I won't come back on some referee decision on this game, but there is that as well, and it was a great disappointment for all the French people, and it was in France. It was nearly like if the competition were stopped after the quarter final because we bring too much passion and energy behind this team. You know what I mean? It was a shame, really disappointment, big disappointment.
You were devastated in 2023, but then you had this great success 1 year later, Olympic Games,
Oh,
7th gold
oh,
medal with Antoine Dupont. How
oh,
sensational was this 7th tournament in the Olympic Games?
oh, yeah. It was still in Paris, in France. That was the Olympics is always a huge event. It was crazy in France, in Paris, and with Antoine decide to join this team, and everybody, for the first one, said, "What the fuck is doing? Do we have the quality to play sevens? Because it's not the same game, you know. You know it. And fucking he do it well, and I think he played in a great team. You have some great teammates, and the coach who decided to bring in from the bench because he wasn't starting the game was fucking a really good decision. He brings so much impact when he come on a game. Oh, that was because it was the beginning of the Olympics to bring the first gold medal to France. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It's fantastic.
Such a great player, Antoine Dupont.
Yeah.
We were talking about him. When you were playing your rugby, who was the best teammate you ever had? Who was the best player you ever were on the pitch with?
I played with a few good players, but once had something special. It was Jason Robinson, the fullback from England. Oh, he had something like an aura, yeah, around him. He was not a strong guy like Antoine. He was not so big, not so tall, but he had some crazy quality, and he was a pure leader. You know what I mean? It was a pure leader. He was fucking. He could bring us everywhere he wants and ask us everything we could. We'll do it for him. It was this guy is really, really special.
Wow. And can you name maybe the best one you played against or the toughest one you played against?
Oh, the toughest one, and he passed away. It's a shame, but it was Jerry Collins, from New Zealand. He was fucking strong and tough. Oh, when he was eating, he was sore. I can tell you he was sore. I didn't really like to cross his road on a pitch.
Yeah. So then as the last question for this interview, because we were talking about rugby in Germany and that we need to develop and bring more people to the sport. Tell me, why is rugby, in your opinion, the best sport in the world?
Why rugby is the best sport in the world? It's because it's welcome everybody with a lot of respect.
Yeah.
About all the difference. I think it's the main thing for me.
Yeah. So, Sebastien, thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best for your personal future, success with your entrepreneurship, with all your companies, with all your projects. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye. Take care.